from Lund University, and we are one of the lucky teams to be part of the first version of the Demola South of Sweden. So, Charlotte, would you say that you study efficiently at home?
No, not really. I usually only end up opening the books.
So, Lund University have over 40,000 students. We asked 300 of them the exact same question, and over 84% of them gave us the exact same answer. Then we asked the same students, how many days a week do you actually go to school area to study? And they said maybe 1 to 2 times a week. The final question we asked was, why? Why do students prefer to stay at home rather than going to school? Because trust me, we really do want to study. The final answer they gave us was, there's just no free space. Here's an example of how it might look today. So, this is me, press. Oh no. Right. So, this is me arriving to school. Now, my friends haven't arrived yet, so I usually start by just walking around the building trying to find the seats that fits me. And I'm getting pretty irritated because the building is super crowded and I can't really find anywhere to sit. So I usually just end up at the cafe anyway because the cupcakes are super cheap and really good. So this isn't very efficient. But what if you know beforehand where to go even before you enter the building? So this is my teammate Na entering the exact same building 15 minutes later. She checks her phone and instantly walks to the place to study.
So, Christopher, what was your experience in finding a room today?
I mean, it was quite awful because I couldn't really find a place to study, so I should have probably just stayed at home.
And what about you, Na?
Yeah, it's quite good because I had the room finder application and I got my room directly.
So maybe the problem isn't that there's just no free space, but mainly that you don't know where to find your free space. Our service will quickly show you a listed overview of Lund University study areas and directly point you where to go.
At this stage of the process, we are currently looking into different technical solutions, and the fingerprint-based solution is the best candidate so far. Every physical spot in the world has a very unique radio signature. Fingerprints trace people movements inside in indoor locations by analyzing the radiation emitted by mobile devices. The collected data is then used with our service to tell us which rooms are available. This is what the app should look like in a mobile phone. We have 2 modes, list view and map view, and all the rooms in the list are graded with green, yellow and red. The green rooms are available rooms, the yellow ones are a little crowded, and the red ones are not available at all. The users can click on the list and get a direction to the room. The map view is to help the user to know which buildings in the city are available so they can plan the trip to the school.
Right. No, I don't need it. Right. Only use few seconds to check our free service. Students can save at least 5 minutes wandering around and get their study room very efficiently. So, how could we make money from this application? According to the survey we did before, almost 93% of students want to use this service. As we mentioned, Lund University had more than 40,000 students, which means the number of the potential user is very large. If your ads were on this application, they will reach lots of students at Lund University.
Yeah. And of course, this application is not only restricted to be used in schools. Companies can also be the users. Many big companies have booking systems for the conference rooms. However, the status booked is not always equal to occupied. It happens quite often that conferences are cancelled. And the room is still under the booked catalog. Others can therefore not use the room even if it's free. Yeah, so to summarize this, our room service makes it easy for people to find an available place to work.